The Sydney Roosters. The Sydney Roosters. Are they going to be the top of the tree in 2023? Let's have a look at their best 17 here at the Barry Charles Footy Show. You ready to rock and roll? Let's go. The best 17 of the Roosters in 2023. Welcome back to the show, you guys and gals. Well, first of all, who have they lost? This juggernaut of a team who flopped out big time in the finals race last year. They've lost a lot of depth there. Lachlan Lamb and Adam Keegan, who could have been your 6 and 7 backups. Kevin Nyama, obviously another backup starting winger or centre. Freddie Luskus went halfway through the year, but he's an interesting one. Takiaho, obviously a starting prop, and Sam Verrills, again, he could be a starting hooker and a utility player. So they've lost quite a bit this season. But obviously straight swap Brandon Smith, so that was good. Jake Turpin, a backup hooker. Corey Allen, to me, he could be a good buy. I really do think he could be a surprise packet. With Jackson Paulo, they'll be fighting out for a centre position. So let's have a look at this squad. Obviously, James Tedesco picks himself. Joseph Suwali and Daniel Tupou picked themselves on the wings. Joey Manu, you could argue you could move him somewhere else if you really wanted to, but he will be there at centre. And then who do you pick in the other one? I've picked Corey Allen to centre. To me, I think he potentially has the most improvement. He was not. They were talking about him as a Queensland player not long ago, so I would put him there. But obviously Jackson Paulo or Paul Morosky can clearly go there. The halves pairing, Luke Cleary and Sam Walker picked themselves. Can Sam Walker go to another level? That is the question. He's got the razzle dazzle, but can he do the razzle dazzle to win a premiership? It's hard to do that for number 7, but as Andrew Johns knows from the past, you can have all the talent in the world, but can you get your other ones to win a premiership? And that is the question. Dan's Army in the forward pack there, Lindsay Collins and Jared Warrior-Hargraves, are they getting past their best? Brandon Smith, very good hooker, but he's not a full 80 metre hooker. Nice second row of Angus Crichton and Sateli Tupanoa, very good, and Victor Radley. So they're right up there with the best 11 to 13 in the comp. Then who do you play as your bench utility? It has to be Jake Turpin for mine. I think you need to give Brandon Smith a rest, and he will do the tackles for you. And obviously Connor Watson is the other option. I think both of them can play, and Connor Watson can play in the second row or wherever you need him to. He'd be very handy. And then you got Nat Butcher and Egan Butcher. So that's my squad. Obviously got Drew Hutchison, unlucky not to be in the squad, and Jackson Paulo, Paul Momorowski. So they have a bit more depth than a lot of other clubs. This is actually a club that has depth, and it's the Roosters. They always have depth. So yes, it's gonna be an interesting old season here for the Roosters, because you expect it to win. But where are they missing some talent? People say nowhere, because you can't have all the gun players, obviously. But the question mark is number 7, Sam Walker, for me. If you put Cooper Cronk on this team, they win the premiership, or very close to. They'll be in the grand final. So Sam Walker has to get on another level, even though he's very talented. There's no doubt about it. He's got all the talent in the world, but it's just a bit like Shaun Johnson. You have all the talent in the world, but you actually got to deliver week in, week out. So that's going to be Sam Walker thing. Luke Keary, again, he's an interesting one. A bit of concussion issues, unfortunately for him, but he needs to go to another level as well and play like he did in their grand final when Cooper Cronk was injured. He needs to come back to that sort of form. Obviously, another centre would be an option for them. But yeah, to me, where are they missing? Probably missing a prop. And I think they will be looking to sign a prop next season. I think that's where they're missing. Well, obviously, these ones getting a little bit older. They're going to need a leader or a young gun to come out, and that's probably what they're looking at down low in their grades for a young prop to come through. And then there might be one option there. I think that's probably where they're lacking. Just another prop because they're injury prone too, especially Lindsay Collins. So to me, for this squad, I would really be looking at trying to improve at prop. Now, what can they do now? What players can they improve on here to really get them? Let's have a look. James Tedesco. Okay? What can he do to improve his game? People say, what? Improve his game? To me, I think he could be a bit more selective in his passes and maybe be a bit more. And I think he needs to maybe have a bit more of a passing game. If you really want to find something for James Tedesco to improve on, to me, that's where it would be. Joseph Suaalii. I think you could look for more run meters out of him. I think that's going to be his big take this season. Get a bit more involved. Joseph Manu, well, it's hard to say what to get involved in, but whether he's wasted at centre, maybe he could go to the second row or something. I just don't know. Maybe he needs to get a number 6 permanently. But then where do you put Sam Walker if you do that? It's just an interesting time that maybe just have too many riches in that, and it imbalances your squad a little bit. Maybe that's the problem you got there. Daniel Tupou, he's a very solid player. I don't think you're going to change much about him. Luke Keary has to go to a Cooper Cronk level, whether he can go to that level. That's what the Roosters desperately need if they want to win. Sam Walker, can he go to another level? Can he get up to the Adrian Johns types of level? That's what Sammy Walker needs to do. Brandon Smith work on his fitness, but maybe just doesn't have their fitness. Again, not everyone has everything. But Brandon Smith for me would be fitness. Hargraves will be just trying to nurse his injuries and try and make sure he's playing most footy. Lindsay Collins will be trying to stay injury free. Tupanua, maybe his handling. He sometimes drops the ball a little bit, so that's something for him. Angus Crichton, I think he needs to get a little bit more punch in attack. He's been a little bit substandard. He can do more offloads. Victor Radley, he's obviously a big chance here of being one of the star players, but some off-field issues is something Victor Radley needs to work on. Jake Turpin, he's going to be a solid defensive player. Not much for him to improve. Colin Watson, pretty much the same. You know what you're going to get out of him each week. Nat Butcher, Egan Butcher are the same. But yeah, it's probably trying to get the best out of these centres, out of Momorowski, Jackson, Paulo, and Corey Allen. One of these three have to be consistent to really push this side into the Premiership window, which they certainly are in a Premiership window. And with the squad they got, they are definitely a top 4 squad. If they want to be, they got to get a bit more consistent out of their halves, and it's probably the question mark. If they can get the best out of their halves, and is the forward pack going to do enough as well? That's a question mark. Have they got enough punch off the bench? That is a big question for this 2023 Roosters side, if they can get the punch off the bench. But they definitely are going to be in the hunt, no doubt about it. This team will be a top 8 team. To me, they will be in the top 4. And just it really just depends on if these guys go to another level, if they're going to fight for the Penriths for the top spot. They've got the potential to, no doubt about it. Just whether they can get it out of them consistently enough to be a chance. So that is the Roosters squad for 2023 while I look at the best 17 and how the players could improve. I hope you liked the video. Until next time, take care out there. Go the Roosters, well, you Roosters fans out there.